This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
It's a wrong road. I go when they're getting newborns. But it's stronger. The farther on you go. Thought I knew you. But can't never say I knew me. That sorry shadow I could turn out to be. Sometimes I cannot. Just can't understand where my head is at. Oh, what my heart is saying. All throughout the struggle, sometimes I feel I can't shake the habit. I just can't wake up. But I know in the end I'll be the shield. 'Cause the road will go with me always out. Making no compromise. Fighting for a better life.
What's up, people? I'm Sonic the Hammons, and happy Saturday to you guys. But we are back with more Persona 4 Arena. Hope you guys are doing well. So what we did yesterday, we checked out Misuru's story. So that was a fun time. So now we're gonna hang out with Akihiko, because Akihiko is always really cool. But yeah, I see you, Rabbit. What's going on? It's good to see you. You like it when the says about programs brought to you by the following sponsors? Yeah, that's really fun. I'm glad that's a thing. It's really fun. We're just reminding you that, hey, this is all on the side of the TV. But yeah, so we have four more stories going on. We have Akihiko, Aegis, Labrys, and Mystery Person. I wanted to start a little bit early. I tried to go a tiny bit early because if time allows, there's no promises, but if time allows, then we might be able to get 2 stories done tonight. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. It'd be great. Otherwise, we're still going to play something because it's Saturday. We're going to have a lot of time. So we'll just see what happens. Either way, we will be playing something.
A long way from home.
He was in South America. This is South America Alley, right? Alley. Oh, that's a good shot. Yo, right off the bat. Okay. Definitely using that one. All right. Ever since I left Japan, I've been constantly searching for places to test my strength. Okay. Before I knew it, I wound up on the ass end of the globe. As I walk down a dark alley, a dry wind blows. I wonder how Allie's doing. I hope Allie's well. I can see people inside the buildings, but I don't sense any life in here. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean that it's anything close to safe, though. Well, it just shows that not everywhere in the world is affluent. I sense a hostile presence from somewhere. I glance around and see 2 thugs smirking at me with narrowed eyes. Our gazes meet, and those thugs, a seedy-looking large man and a thin man, stand before me. So is Wario and Waluigi.
Yo, bro, haven't seen your mug around here. Lucky thing we noticed you. Come on, man, spare us some change. We just need a little, man. We'll double it in no time in that gambling den over there.
You're in my way. Move it.
The thugs are momentarily stunned by my answer, but their shock quickly dissolves into anger.
And we were being friendly. I should have pulled this on you at the start.
The large man's words produce a fusillade of spittle, gosh, as he simultaneously whips out what he believes is his trump card. It's a gun. He waves the muzzle in front of my face in a threatening manner.
A body like that, and you gotta resort to a gun? Pathetic.
Yeah, that doesn't work in real life. You just would have been shot.
To begin with, do I really look like I carry that much money on me?
Ain't you Japanese? Most Asians stupid enough to come waltz around here are loaded.
Wow. That was a pretty rude thing to say.
Come on, give me everything you got, or it's gonna be your brains on the floor.
The large man is quite short-tempered. I wonder if his mood swings are due to a lack of calcium in his diet. Didn't think he'd become a traveler, thought he'd become a professional boxer. Well, yeah, that was something they had talked about in Misuru's story. She was like, yo, I need your help with this thing. He was like, sure, but if I'm going to help you, I got to travel a bit so that way I can get stronger. I'm going to be strong. If I'm going to help you, I'm going to give it 100. So, I guess you don't really get to choose what you eat when you live in a place like this. The large man apparently realizes that he can simply take my cash when I'm dead, and his fat finger squeezes the trigger before I can reply. A gunshot rings out and sends a shockwave through the alley's dry air.
Son of a bitch!
The large man stands stupefied. He recollects himself and throws a few more rounds my way.
What the? What kind of hit him?
It's because I'm dodging his shots, not the bullets. They obviously move faster than the human body. When a slow man uses a gun, the problem is that he has to point the gun where he wants to send the bullets, and I can see him doing that. I'm just reading his gun movements and getting out of his line of fire before he shoots. It's that simple. I bet he thinks there's something wrong with the gun, or that he's not aiming well. Some people. I think he's the embodiment of the phrase, a big head and a little wit. He never realizes what's happening. I dodge his hail of bullets and quickly close the distance on my attempted murder. I get a good look at his face, contorting in fear and confusion.
Checkmate.
I strike once, burying my fist into his porcine gut. I don't even know if I said that word right. His body lifts off the ground for a brief moment before it collapses to the ground backwards. A massive impact lifts a huge cloud of dust, and the man doesn't stir from his place on the ground.
You should be more careful who you pick your fights with. Bastard!
The thin man pulls something from his pocket. I hear the loud click of a switchblade being unfolded. It's like, dude, if the gun didn't work, what makes you think a knife will? He draws to a crouch, coiled and ready to strike.
At least you know the basics.
The reprobate extends his arm and thrusts his dully shining knife towards me and a telegraphed attack. I get inside his arm and swipe the attack angle of the blade out of the way with my right hand and connect with my left hand underneath his jaw. Since he attacks in the most obvious fashion, I repel the attack with the most obvious counter. The uppercut lands flush, and the man is cast into the air as he utters an dignified scream.
I gotta hand it to you for not abandoning your pal.
Sheesh. I didn't come on a journey to waste my time getting into scraps that don't even rate to as good warm-up. Although honestly, pretty much all that I had encountered so far in my training was a continuous morass of the tedious quarrels. Now up ahead, I noticed that the dust from the fat man's landing has gotten on my cape, and I brush it off. This is the only mark that I took from the encounter. Bodily injuries will heal over time, even if they're left alone, but the same can't be said about one's clothing.
Damn, that was impressive stuff.
Someone speaks to me out of the blue. I glance over and see a man who looks like a bartender hesitantly emerge from a nearby bar. It seems he was watching the whole thing unfold.
What a fight! And against a man with a gun?
With a gun.
You a ninja or something?
That's what it is.
That's not important. We're the police. I'd have thought all the gunfire would catch their attention.
Right? Move that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. The bartender responds to my bewilderment by laughing in an even more dumbfounded manner and shrugs.
Things like that happen all the time. The only authority here is the cartel. Everyone who's not connected dies in poverty. That's been how it works for over 50 years.
I see.
those who are not connected. Upon hearing that, a bitter feeling wells up inside me. Everything in this world relies on connections, and connections are just another form of power. It's all about who you know, son. People say that what's more important can't be obtained by power, but I figure that means the other 99.9% of everything is simply a matter of power. That includes one's lifespan, and at times the lifespan of those close to you as well.
Hey, why not stop in for a drink? It's on the house. Seeing what you did made my day.
The bartender's cheerful voice snaps me out of my ruminations.
Are you sure? The cartel you mentioned might not like that.
Hey, I'll get off easy compared to you. All I did was offer you a drink, not beat the hell out of their goons.
A drink, huh?
Do you have the good stuff in stock?
Huh?
It's hard to obtain that certain something around here. I haven't had any for a couple days now.
Wait, hold on. How old is he? He's old enough. That's right. He's 91. That's right. I forget. He's older than me. Akihiko's older than me. I forget. Yeah. And this was like 2012. Yeah. He would be just old enough.
Actually, I'm starting to go into withdrawal.
Yeah. Not that anybody out here would care, but.
What is it you're talking about, mister? Listen, I run a clean bar.
Protein. I need a double shot of protein.
Huh? Bro.
Make it quick. It's only half as effective 30 minutes after I burn some calories.
Sorry, I don't know that brand. Is that some kind of sake?
No. It's alright if you don't have any.
With the paid price, that was a downfall. Yeah. Sheesh. What am I thinking? You never know unless you try, but it was pretty stupid of me to expect that a bartender in a dive bar like this would have protein drinks. I shake my head and collect myself. When I finally return to Japan, I'll have all the protein my muscle fibers are crying out for. It sounds great just thinking about it. Mountains of protein. Protein as far as the eye can see. But my daydreams of what a world of infinite protein would be like are interrupted. I take out my cell phone and see that I've received an email. There are 3 important things on the sub display. The first thing is the icon that tells me the international roaming service is in effect. Second is the name Karijo. And the last thing is the word urgent.
Looks like opportunity's knocking sooner than I expected.
I can't hide my smirk. The fact that the message is urgent means that I'm being summoned for a mission.
Fine with me. I haven't found any opponents worth my time here anyway.
Some energy drinks are good. Some of them are good. Well, what do you count as an energy drink? Would you count Gatorade or Powerade energy drink? Some of those are good. The cucumber one, yo, that's good. Get that. If Gatorade counts, I don't know. Plus, the training journey I'm on was preparation for these missions. It was my way of showing that I would be suited for taking on these special missions professionally. It seems that either my plan is working, or that this is fate telling me that the time to display my results has come.
I can't wait to see what kind of challenge there is in store for me now.
I imagine this unknown enemy could be... Crap, that's not the one I wanted to drink first. The unknown enemy could be... And thrust my left fist proudly towards the foreign winds. I can't keep my body from trembling with excitement, and I plant my fist into my right palm. No save? Well, dang. No save, fine. Early morning, May 3rd, Japan. I wonder how he had the money to, like, just travel and stuff. After a flight that took over half a day, I arrive in Japan. Every time I fly, it always strikes me how cramped the seats are and how boring long flights are. Considering that we were being placed in a hypoxic environment, it's a waste to not equip the seats with pec decks or give us access to some cardio equipment. As I head towards the arrival lobby, While thinking about my ideal airline, I hear something I haven't heard in a while. A newscaster reporting in my mother tongue.
Good morning. It's May 3rd, Constitution Memorial Day. Our top story today is an update on the hijacking 2 days ago.
Okay, so he wasn't there for that.
5 men attempted a daring hijacking of a domestic airline, the first such incident in Japan in the 21st century. Police began their official interrogation of the arrested suspects this morning. But all depositions have been vague so far, with suspects complaining of muddled memories. Psychiatric exams are being considered.
That must be the incident she mentioned in her email.
2 days ago in Japan, a jumbo jet bound for Kagoshima was hijacked by a group of 5 men. The hijacking attempt was quickly dealt with because of the hijackers' half-hearted planning, but there was a bigger issue. Unbeknownst to the public, the passenger flight that was hijacked was going to have a very important piece of cargo loaded onto it. During the confusion surrounding the hijacking investigation, the cargo seems to have been stolen before it was loaded onto the plane. The hijacking was just a smokescreen for the real crime. Using a hijacking as a distraction for a simple cargo theft is pretty daring, but it's also desperate and risky. My mission is to retrieve that cargo from whoever wanted it so badly. This isn't a situation that can just be left to ordinary policemen. This cargo is extremely dangerous, and the retrieval has to be done discreetly due to its sensitive nature. I look away from the monitor and begin walking again. My cell phone immediately begins ringing as if the caller was watching me the entire time. The name Mitsuru Kirijo appears on the sub-display. Mitsuru Kirijo. She's the one who summoned me here for this mission. I didn't tell her any details about my return flight, but she must have found the information on her own and called after learning of my flight's arrival. She's still as prepared as ever.
It's me.
It's been a long time, Akihiko. I'm sorry to call you back on such short notice.
This is music.
Don't worry about it. How is it a good stopping point?
Mitsuru had much greater standing in the group than I, but we've been classmates since middle school, and she fought alongside me in the biggest battle. Okay, so they knew each other since middle school. I think they probably brought that up back in 3, but I don't remember. I knew they'd known each other for a long time, like at least high school. I have a feeling that the only reason we were able to pull through such an ordeal was that we helped each other back then.
So, who's our next enemy?
They graduated together.
Don't be so impatient. You received the brief I sent you, right? What I didn't say directly in it is that the stolen cargo was from Ergo Research.
I figured it would be Kirijo group related, with you having to call me back.
Most ordinary people in Japan would have at least heard of the name Kirijo. The Kirijo Group, a large conglomerate, one of the few within Japan that can boast a large market share overseas. Their influence is so ever present that they touch many aspects of the typical citizen's daily life. Mitsuru is part of that organization. In fact, she's the only daughter of his founding family. She grew up with untold responsibilities and expectations and has been forced to navigate tumultuous social situations ever since she was young. That's why she has a refined personality, maturity beyond her years, and strong leadership skills. Although the same circumstances also expose her to occasional surprising lapse to naivety.
What was inside this cargo?
The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris.
Anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean...
Yes, she's one of Aigis' sister units. She was sealed at the time of the robbery, but we think it's very likely that she's been activated by now.
Which means there's a good chance there'll be a fight. Alright. Yeah, this would be too much for the normal authorities. Sounds like it'll be right up my alley.
The flowers above his head. The man who ran the group 2 generations ago, Koetsu Kirijo. He was the founder of the group and also Mitsuru's grandfather. Around 10 years ago, the certain research that man was performing brought about a huge distortion to this world. The forces are created that distortion were also known as shadows. I guess the best way I could describe them would be to say that they're monsters incarnated of the darkness in people's hearts. In any case, there's something completely absurd like that. cut to Kirijo doing ergo research in what will later be known as the infamous Kirijo Ergonomics Lab. To repeatedly perform inhumane experiments, he was artificially drawing out shadows in an attempt to gain powers beyond what mortal man should have. But the experiment failed during the final stages. What remained after a big explosion were over 50 casualties, a distortion in the world that can never be repaired. Normal people are completely unable to sense this distortion at all, and yet this same distortion could cause the entire world to collapse. Yo! Yo, oh, homeboy in the back. Ooh. 3 years ago, Mitsuru and I, along with our friends, devoted ourselves to a fight in order to end the threat of that collapse. Your boy, all that, I remember that picture. Dang, man. The bonds of precious memories I gained from them are engraved upon my heart and haven't faded to this day.
Fighting is not our first option, but I'd be more reassured with you there. We have a general idea of where it was taken, the Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Okay, I'll meet up with you at the actual location.
Are you heading directly there? You never change. Let me know if you need anything and I'll make the arrangements.
Protein, that's all.
What? No, it's better I don't ask. I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
You went to a lot of trouble to create the Shadow Operatives. I won't do anything to tarnish the name. I'll see you there.
Akihiko's a real one. They're such a good shot. The Shadow Operatives, that's the organization I'm a part of. We're a joint task force comprised of the Kirijo group and the police. Officially, we do not exist. Our main mission is to deal with shadow-related cases that the police are incapable of handling, and our objective is to prevent or minimize the collateral damage caused by shadows. Shadows can only be defeated by Persona users. Mitsuru, myself, and many of the members belonging to the Shadow Operatives have personas and knowledge about them. Mitsuru is fully dedicating herself to prevent Kirijo's tainted legacy from falling into the wrong hands. That is her. No, it is the shared duty of all of us in the group. I noticed that I've unconsciously formed my hand into a fist. I have an email from Mitsuru giving me the details on the meeting location. As usual, she's thoroughly planned this out.
Inaba, huh?
Eatable! I agree, don't ask. A smile appears on my face. An opportunity to use the skills and strength had been hoping. I'll commit every fiber of my being to fulfill the duty I've been given. I couldn't ask for more. Yeah, bookmark. Akihiko! Ugh. Ugh, excuse me. The same day, afternoon. I arrive in Inaba earlier than I planned. There's a lot of time to kill before I need to be at the meeting. In order to get a feel for the town and what's going on, I decide to walk around a bit. From the looks of it, it's an ordinary countryside town. I can't believe that people think a level 4 shadow-related case occurred here last year. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any disturbance going on right now. It looks like the unit named Labrys isn't running amok here either. As soon as I stray from the main street a bit, it's mountains and fields as far as the eye can see. The air is clean and traffic is pretty light, so the town has that going for it. This would be a great place to go running early in the morning. Tell me about it. The station. I wait for evening to come while exploring as much of the town as I can. It's a nice little section.
It's almost time.
My cape flutters in the wind as I shadow box and jog to the meeting area, an intersection on the outskirts of what this town will call the shopping district. Meeting up in a rural area like this is a bit of a tricky situation. Since the Shadow Operatives do not officially exist, we need to draw as little attention to our mission as possible. Hopefully, we can quickly join up and be on our way so that the residents don't take notice of a bunch of outsiders assembling in their sleepy town. Unfortunately, when I arrive at the meeting point, Misuru and the others are nowhere to be seen.
Did something happen? I doubt she'd run into any trouble she couldn't handle, though.
Could it be that I'm at the wrong place? There aren't any tall buildings to block my view, so I look in every direction. The only thing outside the shopping district obstructing my view is a mountain of garbage that looks like it might be a scrap heap or a junkyard. I might as well be diligent and head over there just to make sure. I enter the area and it's full of all kinds of junk. Cars and household appliances, large and small, are piled into small artificial mountains. I test my footing and begin climbing up the stacked trash. Looking down, I spot a long black limousine that's completely out of place in this tiny town. I come to a realization and sigh.
Of course. They'd stand out no matter where they were, so they could only park here.
Two of my friends are standing by the limousine. A woman decked out in a fur coat and a mechanical girl. It's Misuru and Aigis. Right before I call out to them, Aigis does something bizarre. She extends her right arm towards the TV screen in front of her, and Aigis' hand is passing right through the screen. The music. Her steel fingers aren't just breaking the TV screen, they're definitely going inside it. Concentric rings of white light are rippling forth from where she inserted her hand.
It's the same as mine. It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
I don't understand how or why, but it seems that police can enter the... Oh, police. Seems that people can enter the TV. If that's the case, it would be the perfect place to hide stolen cargo. That makes things easier.
Huh. Sounds like fun.
The two of them look up surprised.
Is that Akihiko?
I leap off in the mountain of trash and land in front of them.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
I take a glance at Misuru. I can tell that she's summoning up her coldest stare. This clothing allows me to have much better mobility, but I don't think Misuru is going to listen to my explanation.
Mitsuru-san, I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Glancing at Misuru's clothing once again, I couldn't help but sigh. Since Aigis had already voiced what I wanted to say, I decided not to make a comeback. Misuru simply shakes her head and sighs back at me. Seriously, this is what happens when you grow up in a wealthy family, sheltered from the lives that normal people live.
Anyway,
I slam my left fist into my right palm. Aigis' sister unit, Labris. She's apparently inside a TV sitting in an obscure part of the countryside town. I gotta wonder, what else will be waiting for us inside?
we can get inside from that TV, right? What are we waiting for?
Yes, he did come out the airport looking like that. Like, he never changed. Did he even shower? Oh my god. Well, maybe. I like to think he showered before he got on the plane. I hope he did. Because as soon as he got on the plane, he got the call and he went straight to the meeting area. He's just been out all day.
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labris back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Misuru's at a loss for words. I know that I'm voicing my opinion more forcefully than she's used to, but it's what I have to do. I know Misuru well enough to know when she needs someone to prod her into action. Yeah, they've been friends for like a long time. Wanting to exert control over every situation is a commendable trait, but in certain situations, waiting doesn't allow you to seize any more control, and it also gives your opponent more time to prepare.
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town.
Uh-oh.
If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger.
I lock eyes with Misuru and take a step towards her.
We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
3 years ago, I had said that it was my duty to help in the fight. But looking back on it now, I know that a lot of it was just for kicks. Seeing myself definitely become much stronger. Look, we got to see his whole arc and everything too. Oh, I love it. Seeing myself definitely become much stronger and experiencing all that personal growth was incredible. Becoming stronger felt like it would satisfy some deep desire within me. And if I died giving my all against a really powerful opponent, I didn't really mind the thought of going out like that either. I was honestly fighting for myself more than anything else. But now, something has changed in me. I wandered around the world with something in the back of my mind constantly nagging at me. Something about not having a grasp of some part of myself. I know that I want power. The power to protect others. But that feeling has always been there. There's still something else though. Something different. A few seconds of silence pass. Then Misuru's eyes narrow. Her eyes are filled with a steely determination.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, make it quick.
Misuru heads towards the long limousine with a wry smile. I turn my gaze towards the most prominent of the illegally dumped TVs. As I reach out towards the screen, my fingers sink into it exactly the same way Igus did.
My fists are ready for action.
Excitement wells up within me as a reaction to the new sensation I feel from my fingertips. Alright.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, we'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
This situation, it brings back memories.
Ready!
While this is going. Okay, that looks good. Cool. Sweet. Naruto.
Why enter the TV? What's going on?
Yeah. Man, we still haven't fought. All these bookmarks. Oh. Back out. I forgot. When I open my eyes again, the first thing I can see is a high ceiling. I get to my feet and look around. Basketball hoops, the ground lined with white tape, and folding chairs stacked into high into the air.
Is this a gym?
What I'm seeing now is matching what I expected it to be seeing. If my memory is correct, I entered the TV with Misuru and Igus. Is this what's inside of the TV? It hits me. This isn't reality. Everything looks extremely real, but I sense odd presences nearby. I brace myself inside this oddly quiet gym. If I'm the only one here, I must be cautious. Alone? I suddenly realized that Misuru and Aiga should be here too. They came into the TV with me, but they're nowhere to be seen. Did we get separated from each other as we were falling in? No, it's more likely that we were separated intentionally. Well, I don't really need to worry about them. I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to handle anything in here on their own. Even if something does attack them, those two will just counterattack. Is that a D with inside? Executions and machine guns. Sometimes can't tell if it's a C and a L or if it's a D.
This feeling in the air reminds me of somewhere, though.
I felt this harsh atmosphere before. I dig through my memories. That's right. This is what Tartarus felt like. The tower full of shadows, where we did battle 3 years ago. Since this area is unfamiliar, and I'm assuming hostile, there's no knowing when an enemy may attack. But waiting around to get ambushed isn't really my thing. It's time for me to get moving. Just as I think that. Freaking Teddy walk. What in the world is that? A bizarre object approaches me from further inside the gym. It's red, blue, and round. On top of that, it's walking on 2 feet. I've wandered all across the globe to different regions, but I've never seen a bizarre creature like this.
Huh? There's a weird guy in a cape.
Okay, so this is like actual... Oh, we gotta fight. Weirder still, it's able to communicate with me.
You think you've got the right to call me weird? You seem suspicious.
How rude! I'll say the same back to you. Being half naked and wearing a cape is totally suspicious. Could this be the pervert I've heard rumors about? My innocence is in danger.
Freaking Teddy.
You're making no sense at all. Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. Are you a shadow?
Huh? I'm Teddy! Teddy!
So you are a shadow.
Neither one of them is listening to each other.
I just said I'm Teddy! Teddy! It's easy!
No bear has fur that color. Or can talk.
How cruel! I'm an adorable, sexy beast, no matter what angle you're looking from.
Teddy. Teddy. Does that mean he's like a bear or something? Suddenly, a monitor nearby springs to life. What appeared on it was also red, blue, and round. It's another bear thing, or to be exact, it was also Teddy.
I can't have you wandering about on your own. You're such a troublesome bear.
Another Teddy.
You're the troublesome one! How dare you do whatever you want while looking like me? It's a violation of my image rights!
Makes you laugh. It's pretty funny.
What's going on? Are you twins or something?
Huh? I've discovered an unknown, half-naked caped man! An intruder! Unexpected!
Suddenly, the sound and image on the monitor gets corrupted. Just when I thought I was going to start figuring some things out about this place and those creatures. The screen flickers and dies out. Is this some kind of ruse? The monitor pops back on. Once again, it was Teddy's. This is too confusing. I'm just going to refer to the TV bear as bear number 2. People in a lot of overseas cultures add suffixes like the second or the great onto the kids' names, so I figure I'll go with something similar. That was his logic. I'm in some crazy TV world, so I'm not just gonna assume that these guys are Japanese. Like, bear number 2 is going to care anyway. I've wasted enough time rationalizing this. Bear number 2's eyes gleam in a sinister manner. He starts speaking clearly now.
Case 04, unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Elimination, huh? I don't really have any clue as to what's going on yet. But I do know that bear number 2 has just won the right to be the first one here to taste my fist.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I've seen enough. Looks like you're the enemy here, bear number 2.
I'm not sure how much stock I should put in common sense while I'm in this TV world. But if he's using a PA system, I'm guessing that there needs to be some kind of control booth for it. Since I'm in some kind of school, that means I'm probably going to find bear number 2 in the announcement room. If Lapras is inside here, and if bear number 2 is running this whole event, he's got to have some kind of information about her. I turned to Teddy, just Teddy, and bear number 2.
As for you, Teddy, it seems to be your enemy too. Why don't you step down and let me handle it?
I proceed to walk off in search of the announcement room, but...
No way!
What?
What?
I mean, who are you? You haven't even told me your name. And that bear might be a bad guy who tricked my beloved sensei and friends. I can't leave this in the hands of a half-naked caveman like you.
Teddy looks surprisingly resolute as he refuses my offer. Does he have friends of his own that he's trying to desperately protect too?
Well, your costume is strange. I do like that fire in your eyes.
What's that supposed to mean? It sounds perverted coming from a half-naked cave guy.
Hey, I have a name. It's Akihiko Sanada. You don't have to call me half-naked cape guy. And I know I can't prove I'm on your side just by saying so. So judge for yourself whether I'm worthy of your trust. In the ring.
You're that excited to do this?
Fists don't lie, you know? Now come on, and I'll give you everything I got.
Fists don't lie. I put my fist down in front of me and focus. If one does not face their cowardice, they cannot summon a persona. And that's why persona users used to have to undergo the trial of holding an evoker to their heads. Okay. That's what, okay. But that was simply a ritual to overcome one's psychological blocks. It isn't a required step in handling personas. Okay, so this is basically... C's was straight up hazing, man, okay? My resolution has always been, well, within me after all.
Come, persona!
I sense a power rising from deep within me. Bookmark! There we go. Reloading. There we go. Alright, let's rock. Bum, bada, bum, bum. Oh yeah, we gotta see how he plays. Is he similar to Chie?
Final.
Homeboy straight teleporting? Goodness. Wait!
Uppercut! This is gonna be awesome! I've had enough of this!
What did he just do?
Trade in your own?
Dang. Oh my god! Look. You know, it's wrecked my day because I spent so much time trying to figure out like what all I can do with a character. I just need to finish up the story mode so that way I can do some training with the other characters. Okay, bookmark.
The intruder is a persona user. Difficulties in elimination. Acknowledging as valid target.
Bear number 2 was muttering something on the other side of the monitor after watching our battle. It seems that I've been officially promoted to the rank of valid target.
Persona user? You talking about me? What do you mean by valid target?
Yeah, they're both up there just beating the crap out of each other. It was great.
Irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Emergency. Oh, I know! I just had a fun idea!
Just as bear number 2 starts speaking like a normal person, the monitor suddenly cuts out. Seriously, who is that guy? One thing's for sure, and that is that I need information right now. I lean over Teddy's flattened body and lightly tap the back of his head.
Hey, Teddy, wake up.
No! Kanji! You're crushing me to death!
What's going on through this guy's head?
Teddy, wake up!
To be fair, every time he introduced himself, he's like, "I'm Teddy." He says this said it both times, so Akihiko has every reason to think that he's Teddy twice. I smacked Teddy a little more forcefully this time. I was worried that it might make him even flatter, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Oh god. Looks like that did the trick. Teddy's getting up, using whatever weird stomach muscle he has, and yells at me while still in that flattened state.
Hey! If you hit me so hard, you'll ruin my beautiful coat of fur! I'll go bald! And it's just Teddy, not Teddy!
This is getting to be a pain. Teddy purses his lips and looks away with a huff. I want to demonstrate my sincerity with my fists. There's no doubt that I did that. Then again, considering how badly flattened he is right now, I guess it's understandable that he doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, maybe I went a little too far.
It's like a mean face. Yeah, he looks like he got struck by lightning.
Let me at least talk to you. I have important business here too. I need as much information as I can get.
Aren't you going to say sorry?
Don't push your luck, or I'll pull out all your fur.
I was just joking! Well, I am a knowledgeable bear, so I'll make an exception for you and listen.
Hey, I'm the one who won. Where does he get off with this attitude? It doesn't feel right letting that slide, but I don't want him getting all pouty again. I take a deep breath and turn to face Teddy once more.
First off, what kind of world is this?
It's the TV world.
Well, at least I was right about that. Teddy then went on to explain that there is a mysterious TV program called the Midnight Channel that only appears at midnight. Hence the name. Here I was thinking it comes on at 3 p.m. That TV broadcast is caused by this world inside a TV. Hey, he popped back. It seems that Teddy is back to his original appearance, or rather his original thickness. He's like a big stress ball.
That's hard to believe. But even if that's true, why does it look like this?
He's just a ball.
Is this supposed to be a school or something?
He's just a round ball that causes everyone to be stressed. Therefore, he is a stress ball.
This is probably the school that Yosuke and the others go to.
It's a real place?
This world changes whenever someone comes here. I'm not sure why it's a school now, though.
It changes when people come here.
I used to live here for a long time, so I saw it happen a lot.
You lived here? Well, does that mean you're from this world? What are you?
That's,
Teddy starts clamming up all of a sudden. He started getting nervous when I blurted out the realization that he was living in this world and that he wasn't human. Embarrassed about being different from humans, huh? He definitely doesn't look human, but it's easy enough to overlook because he's able to easily carry on a conversation with me. And his fist definitely had a heart. I guess immediately springs into mind. She's a machine, but she also has the same heart as a person. Though this Teddy creature may be some kind of costume creature, he must have a heart as well. That being said, he does look pretty stupid.
There's so much I don't understand. But I can at least say I'm pretty sure you're no threat.
Of course not. I'd never cause anyone any trouble.
If you know this world so well, does the name 5th Generation Labrys sound familiar?
I've never heard of it. Every day's great at Jeunesse. I usually spend my time there. But when I came to, I was locked up here. I managed to escape, though.
Just right flattering himself.
Only to find that an imposter Teddy was causing a bunch of trouble with his P1 Grand Prix.
He was bummed out a minute ago, but now his face is bright red and there's steam pouring out of his head. This guy's a real piece of work.
That guy who showed up on screen looked exactly like you.
He calls himself a general. But don't confuse me for that phony. The real Teddy is made of all natural bear fur.
If that was someone in disguise, there must be a reason he's trying to look like you.
Ooh, I know. It must be because he's jealous that Sensei and everyone love me the most. But he's not 1/1,000,000th as cute as me. Anyone can tell he's a fake.
Nobody could tell he was a fake. Yeah, it's totally obvious. I recall that Teddy said, what Teddy said about the Midnight Channel earlier. Some of the things that happen in this world are broadcast to the outside world. If that's the case, then misinformation may be spread, and people could be confused or misled. At this moment, I'm not sure why someone would be intentionally causing such confusion, but this Teddy guy mentioned that his friends were here. If Bear number 2 is in opposition to them, then it's not too big of a stretch to imagine that he's trying to upset their friendships.
Alright, one last question. You said you used to live here. You know how to get out?
Man, everyone for P3 so smart.
Of course! That was one of my specialties. I always helped other people when they needed to leave. But it's not working here for some reason. I'm losing my confidence. This is one bear of a headache.
For a headache.
Ooh, that was an advanced joke.
This is no laughing matter. You won't be able to get out like this.
That wasn't advanced at all. Sheesh. He did give me valuable information, though. I now have somewhat of a grasp of the situation. My main objective of retrieving Labrys and escaping from this world. I won't be able to accomplish either of these things as it stands. And all we can really do on our own is speculate. So Bear number 2. General, was it? I'll have to pound some more detailed answers out of him. All I need to do is keep moving forward. And if I'm going to move forward, I don't see the harm in doing it quickly.
That's it. You're coming with me.
We could try. I'm assuming that I'm probably going to need this guy's help and getting out of here later, so I grab the back of Teddy's head and sprint forward. But just as I'm about to exit the gym, Teddy gets completely stuck on something.
You're gonna tear it off!
I look behind me, and Teddy is wildly flailing his arms around. But I don't see anything holding him back. What the? What kind of trick is this?
Hey! You almost made me lose my head!
Ignoring the huge fuss Teddy's making, I reach over towards where Teddy is stuck. But I don't feel anything. I guess I'll just have to try again. I pull the back of Teddy's head towards me with my full strength. He's definitely stuck on something. For a moment, it looked like the zipper on Teddy's neck warped. Whatever, it's probably just my imagination.
Huh? Looks like there's a wall that I can get through, but you can't. What a bizarre place this is.
Says the half-naked geek guy who pulled at my head so hard it almost came off!
Oh well, I'll have to leave you here. Make sure you don't go anywhere alone. You hear me?
I don't think he can. Even if he wanted to. I can't burn any more time here. You can't burn some dread though. As I turn my back towards Teddy to proceed on, his yell echoes inside the gym.
I won't let you abandon me! I get lonely real fast! I'm coming with you!
An enormous crash reverberates throughout the area. When I turn around, I see a flattened Teddy fluttering onto the ground like a sheet of paper falling off a desk. He must have got a running start and slammed right into whatever's there full force. Did he just run straight into an invisible wall head first without even thinking about how much that would hurt? Huh. This guy said that the general is the enemy of his friends. And because his friends are at risk, he can't just leave everything to me. His lack of regard for personal safety may be because he's so worried about his friends. He behaves oddly, but once you look past that, I can totally empathize with him.
Sorry. I'll come back for you when all this is settled.
Just hang tight, Teddy. I know it's a tough situation. I hurry to where the enemy is for my mission and for the sake of Teddy and his friends. Yeah. What a nice guy. Ooh, who do we fight next? Alright, when I step outside the gym, I hear a cheer from somewhere. The voices seem to be coming from outside the school building. Did a large number of people come into this world? This place is supposed to be a world inside a TV, but this kind of seems like a real school. It feels like an event, like a cultural festival or field day is taking place. There's still so much about this place that I don't know. There are many parts of Teddy's explanation that I couldn't grasp. I need first-hand knowledge. I need to see some things with my own eyes. I step out to what looks like the school's main gate and check the nameplate.
Yasagami High School. I remember seeing that name in the report on Inaba.
So what Teddy told me about this place being scenery made to look like an actual high school is correct. But why recreate a high school building inside a TV? As I'm taking stock of my surroundings, a high-pitched girl's voice emanates from a nearby speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, what will the next match be like?
An abrupt and confusing school announcement. Cheers arise from somewhere, seemingly in response to the announcement. I sense the presence of others, and when I look around, I notice silhouettes of students that seem to be watching from all angles. Are they human? They look like they're human, but I don't see any life from them. No matter where in the world I went, people who were excited about a battle had a certain spark to them, and those guys don't have it.
Wow, this is one fired up crowd. Hi everyone, I, Bizette, will be your commentator. But first, the General would like to say a few words. The mic's all yours, sir.
Where is he? As of answering the commotion, the monitor set up in the center turns on. That General Teddy appears on the screen.
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix! Presenting the manliest of all men! Oh, so you've come this far. I applaud your bravery in not running away.
Still hiding behind a monitor? It's about time you showed up in person. I'll crush you.
Nope, sorry, but I'm not falling for a cheap ploy like that. You better follow the rules. Allow me to explain. The P1 Grand Prix is a one-on-one battle. Those who are paired off must fight. Only the winner may move on.
Only the winner may move on. Then that invisible wall that Teddy ran to with his face must be part of the contest this guy set up.
Huh. Interesting. Who are you gonna make me fight?
A bizarre laugh plays, and the image on the screen switches. What showed up next seemed like an odd commercial for a P1 Grand Prix. If someone produced a video like this for the event, does that mean everyone here is a willing participant? From the looks of it, they seem like ordinary students. I just don't think everyday students like this will be involved in the hijacking of an airplane and the stealing of Labras, but...
Huh? Who are they?
I don't have to answer that.
Sorry, I don't have time to play along. I'm taking back Labras.
You are?
Huh?
The general of the screen looked shocked by my words. He'd been evasive or just laughed at anything I said until now, but this obviously struck a nerve.
Don't think everything's gonna be that easy for you. You all should suffer, and then suffer some more!
I'm not exactly sure what specifically antagonized him, but it seems like he definitely knows something about Labras. You think you can make me suffer, huh? Well, bring it on. I flourished my cape and head into the school building.
It won't be easy, huh?
I like it we were like inside the school building, then we left out of the school building just to go right back into the school building. I think about what the general said a moment ago. Honestly, I can't really think of too many times in my life when things went easily. Growing up as an orphan, my memories of losing what was precious to me. I never gotten too burdened by it, but I've constantly been pitied by others for my misfortunes.
Whatever. I never expected it to be.
The pain of loss is my source of determination. I must stay strong in order to protect those who are precious and by my side right now. I proceed through the school building, and after climbing a number of stairs, I notice something odd. This place is bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. The hallways don't turn in the direction you'd expect after seeing the outside of the building, and the way the classrooms connect with each other is bizarre as well.
This is what I'd figure another world would be like.
I reach towards an upcoming corner, and I come into contact with an invisible wall. I see. So this is what prevented Teddy from following me. This is like the first wall that he's encountered ever since he's been here. Dang. Lucky, lucky. I couldn't have done much earlier, but now that I can actually touch it. Break his hand. I put all my strength into that strike, but the wall barely gave it all. If it shakes, that means it's taking some damage. If I keep attacking, it may be able to break through a portion. I may be able to break through a portion of it and punch my way out. But I really don't know how much of this whole charade I could break through by destroying these walls. It wouldn't be a smart way of expending my energy. That's when something catches my eye. A window. When I reach towards it, the invisible wall doesn't impede my progress.
I knew it. Whoever set this up only thought about blocking people's paths. Anywhere there already was a real wall got overlooked.
So if he's gonna go out this window, this is the part where Chie saw him. I'm not obligated to play by the enemy's gimmicks. If they want me to go one way, maybe I can gain an advantage by taking a route that they don't expect.
And I'll just go another way.
I put my hand on the window's frame and jump outside. He's just gonna Spider-Man his way up to the announcement room. Oh man, Akihiko, he does not care. He's like, I don't have time for this nonsense. I land near a classroom that seems to be half underground. I look through one of the windows. Though the interior is odd, it looks like it's a music room. The window's closed, but it's still just a glass window. If there were a real school, I hesitate to do this. But hey, this is a fake world. I rear back and put my fist through the window.
Whoa!
Kanji!
Who are you?
Buff young man. There's another visitor inside the room. He's a well-built young man in a school uniform. Sort of.
You're that guy from the video.
The two strong guys of their teams.
Did you just come falling from up there? What's going on? Answer me!
I remember now. You're the blood-curdling beefsteak emperor.
Hell no, come on! Did you even try to remember my name?
So that P1 Grand Prix thing has already started.
I recall the rule that those who encounter each other must fight each other. The general said that only the winner can proceed. Who would he fight after Kanji? I thought Kanji, if he was going to fight Kanji, I thought that'd be like his second to last fight, but I guess not. I decide to see if those rules are still in effect and reach towards the exit of the music room. I feel the same wall barring my path as I felt earlier. The same goes for the window I came from. It's irritating that I'll have to follow the rules and fight, but since the walls can't be easily destroyed, I've got no choice. I don't know what kind of circumstances this Kanji guy is faced with, but if we're gonna fight, might as well do it right.
Hey, take off your clothes.
What the hell? You asked that straight out.
What's wrong with what I said? Won't it be hard to maneuver wearing that?
Maneuver?
Oh my god. Why is he getting all flustered? His face is red. Maybe he's just not feeling well.
What are you all flustered for? I'm talking about your jacket. If you don't wear it right, it'll get in your way during the fight.
My jacket? You just said that to begin with? There's no real meaning behind this. It's like Just the way I wear it.
It's plain weird.
This freaking dude.
Says the guy who's half naked except for a cape.
Seriously, you're ridiculous. It's bad manners to jump out a window like that.
The general makes a disgusted face and seems to be pretty upset about me mucking up his plans.
Sorry to say, I've never been big on men's. Too bad things didn't go your way.
Oh, I guess he could fight Chie, maybe.
We'll see if you can keep that attitude up for long. You must fight whoever you're paired with. Now get started.
I understand that, but I can't attack someone who doesn't have the urge to fight. I turn towards Kanji to spur him on, but his expression is completely different than it was before. The redness in his cheeks is gone, and there's a fire in his eyes that almost seems murderous. Huh. It looks like there was no need for me to worry after all.
Keep saying the weirdest crap. It's like I'll have to make you leave. Let's get this started, Capey.
Capey.
What, now you're interested? Alright, come and get me.
Let's go.
You're not really strong anyway. Just a fake. Nothing worthy about it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Shut up! And ask yourself that. Here it goes.
Alright. Oh, I was just on. Okay, yeah, look at this time we're on. Good timing, good timing. The strong boys. Alright, let's rock. You gotta be careful. Like, Kanji will wreck my day. I need to be careful. Mr. Worldwide. Move your stupid chair. Oh, they both got Zio. What? Okay. Oh, that was cool. I want to know how I did that. Oh, I messed up. Woo! I wish I could do the burst in these. I don't think I can. God! Yeah. That was fun. The music's pretty cool too. Okay. I take a deep breath next to the collapsed Kanji to lower my heart rate and wind down from the battle. Then I calmly re-examine my surroundings. During the battle, I had noticed that the spectating students had changed into something completely different. They're not humans. Their silhouettes shaped like people or something. I don't know why they're showing their true form now, but that's fine. If they're not human, there is no need to worry about them. I'll just leave them be. And if they happen to turn hostile, I can easily crush lifeless creatures like that. Kanji regains consciousness. He's recovered much more quickly than I was expecting.
Amazing. This is what you meant by going at it with nothing to hide.
When did I say that?
You're one passionate guy. You're no ordinary pervert.
Since when am I a pervert?
Can you imagine somebody just saying that to anyone, just saying that aloud? Guess you're no ordinary pervert. Like, what? Kanji flashes a bright smile that's different from the one he's displayed before the fight. Hold on. I want to reposition my legs. Anger and hatred have fled his body entirely now that the fight is over. It seems like he's got spirit.
Ow! Man, for a dream, this sure hurts.
He still thinks it's a dream!
I've never met before is here in my dream.
The dream? What are you talking about? Aren't we inside the TV world?
Huh?
The TV world. If you can dream with your eyes open, I'm pretty impressed.
What? You inside the TV? I seriously thought this was all a dream.
Oh, well, he still can't believe he thinks this is a dream. Well, not anymore, like, as of right now. It doesn't seem like Kanji's acting. He honestly seems to think that this entire thing was all a dream. I thought that the people in that promo video were related to the general. Maybe everyone here was actually dragged into this by force. If so, I can't abandon the others who were in that video either.
Hey, do you have any idea who the other people in that video were?
They were pretty much all my friends, but...
Oh, crap.
Kanji clutches his head as something occurs to him. This seems quite serious.
I thought this was a dream, so I just sort of beat the snot out of a couple of them.
Well, if they lost to someone who was half asleep, they'll just have to suck it up.
You think so? Things are just that black and white to you, huh?
Seriously? I thought it was going to be something important information. This Kanji guy's been yanked out of his normal life into this weird situation, yet he seems oddly, blasé about it.
This isn't a dream. And Ted and Reese are really hosting it?
General Teddy. The other Teddy said that he was a fake.
A fake? You're kidding me! How do you make such a perfect copy of the bear suit?
That's the part you're hung up on?
Yeah. They're hardly twisted bastards who enjoy watching friends crush each other.
You seem pretty sure of your friends.
Man, the things I went through with those guys. And here I thought you were a pervert who wasn't listening to a word I said. Guess I had you figured wrong.
Looks like this guy's having a tough enough time just changing the way he thinks about me. Maybe he's just an idiot. The way his expression changes to that honest and relieved look when he's talking about his friends. It seems that he has friends that he can really trust. If we met under less dangerous circumstances, I wouldn't mind sitting around and chatting with him for a bit. Yeah, I would love to see those two just chat. But I have a duty to attend to right now.
By the way, have you heard the name Labris anywhere? She's supposed to be somewhere in here.
Huh? Lab rat? What?
I see. If you don't know, don't worry about it.
And with that, I leave Kanji and begin walking towards the door. Kanji calls out and stops me.
Hey, wait a second. You haven't told me anything about you. Who are you? What did you come inside the TV for?
There's no point in explaining.
God. Kanji attempts to stop me, but he changes his mind. His expression tells me that he's not satisfied with this outcome. But he's, well, what is happening? Okay, what? His expression tells me that he's not satisfied with this outcome, but he swallows his frustration and takes a seat on the ground. Since he's fought against a number of people already, he must understand that he can't proceed on because he lost. Kanji looks directly into my eyes and speaks up.
Well, I was the loser here, so I can't complain. This isn't a dream, and my friends are in trouble.
That's all you need to say. I answer with a smile.
I know. I won't let anything happen to him.
The way you fought says it all. You can't throw punches like that without a shitload of training. You feel your determination by everyone.
Yeah, the same's true for you. Good work.
Praises exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless. We have a moment that only those who have just brawled against each other can share. God, they're just broing out right now. It's great. Kanji skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there were only a handful of guys who could stand to trade blows with me, like he just did. Considering that he's this good with self-taught fighting skills, there's no question that he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he had proper training.
You should be careful. Friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Was that supposed to be a genuine warning for me, or was that a boast about how great his friends are? Well, like, can it be both? Either way, I can understand the feeling behind his words, so I smile back at him.
I don't know about that. My fists can't be stopped that easily.
There's nothing more I need to say to Kanji. I turn and begin running down the hallway. That was a fun little exchange. I like seeing that. Kanji and Akihiko. sometime after parting ways with Kanji.
This is pointless.
I'm still wandering aimlessly through the school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not because the invisible walls keep getting in my way. Freaking walls. I spot another window and reach towards it, but this time they probably made walls for them. They learned their lesson.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
Yep. It didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. Just as I pull my hand back, the PA system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
I don't know, Risang. I've been asking myself that every single day ever since like the last week in March. I'm still asking myself that to this day right now. Why can't people just follow simple freaking directions? God.
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone through the trouble to correct this oversights means that limiting their movement must be very important to them. They don't want to let us escape. So that probably means that there's something waiting up ahead that they've placed there for me. I follow the path dictated by the invisible walls until I reach a classroom. Is this where they wanted me to go?
Akihiko.
Oh, crap! Oh, man. Dang, okay. You'll see the characters interact. Yeah. Can't wait to see something like that more in Persona 5. If they ever do, they know it's Persona Q2. Yeah, I know they do it in Q2. It'll still be. I sure hope I can find a good way to stream those games. That'll be nice, but it may not happen. That's alright, because we still have the dancing games. And I guess we have Persona 5 Scramble when that comes out eventually.
Then again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it.
Who I found inside the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally running to her would be a great relief, since it would give me a capable ally, but since the stupid P1 rules are in effect, that isn't the case. That isn't the case here.
So, you're my next opponent.
It means like another crossover game. Oh yeah. The Persona 5 characters interacting. They need, if they do that, they need to make it canon. I think I remember hearing the team saying that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm remembering wrong. But I thought the team said that they would love to do another Persona fighting game with the Persona 5 characters. That'd be rad.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes a bitter declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. I already knew who I'd be seeing. It's the general.
Well, this is about to get real interesting. An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? You believe this guy, Mitsuru?
It certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intentions of fighting against Mitsuru, but we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't have problems fighting each other, really. I tell you, man, these guys, they're smart. They've been through this, man. This ain't the first rodeo. They're figuring out stuff so quickly and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, like, this sucks. Like, this really, really sucks, but this is literally the only way we'll be able to get Labyrinth back. There's no way we will allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But, oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Forget my fears of losing others. Forget my fears of losing others, huh? And Mitsuru well knows I have lost countless things until now. And that anxiety that I bury somewhere in my heart may strike me at any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bring us something like that at a time like this. It'd be obvious to any friend of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy, and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight.
Teddy, and Kanji.
Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sounds to me like she means it.
Piece of crap, Shadow General.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. That's fine, though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Those who encounter one another must fight, and only the victor may proceed. Since the rule stands, we've got to fight. They've removed any choice we had. I turned to face Mitsuru once again.
There were a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan, to test my skills. And you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon, though.
Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. The tension of battle sends a tingle through all the muscles in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru!
Yeah, they've all lost people. Like, everybody... Like, everybody in C's lost somebody. At least one person. It's crazy. It sucks. Ba-da-bum-bum. Crap, I didn't look to see who's older. Woo! Here we go. Oh wait, that's right. She's his weakness. Uppercut. Ah! Wait. I can't burst. Dang. Hold on. Wait, Mitsuru. Woo! The skeleton. Hit him with that Mr. Worldwide. Uh-oh. No! Okay. God! Jesus! Mitsuru doesn't mess around, man. Okay. That was great. That was great. That ice threw me off big time. Yeah, it was an intense fight between them. It was very fitting. The battle was over. I glanced down at Mitsuru. She keeps her firm expression, opens her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute me.
Yeah, tell me about it. Mitsuru gives me a smirk. That's Mitsuru I know. Her odd behavior prior to the fight was all the general's work. I wonder.
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
I knew it. Of course, I have no memories of saying such things, because I didn't say them. The general's probably got some trick that warps the opponent's reality, so that good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion? I don't understand how it all works, but there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Mitsuru and I turned towards the monitor and smugly smiled at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred as he responds.
How? How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer.
That's something I was thinking about the whole time too. Now, granted, the investigation team, they're a little bit younger, so they still probably weren't thinking in that regard. But I would imagine that all the older dudes, everyone from Persona 3, they can see like, well, we might as well look at this as a sparring match. And then we're good. Because clearly, especially once they're smart enough to, they're smart to know to be like, my friend wouldn't say that. So, yeah. I love Persona 3 gang, man. They pick it up on everything so quick.
So how come you aren't suffering?
I want to sell some things for some
I
time.
don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
Yeah. After the general glowers at us, the communication cuts off. Suffer, huh? The general was going on about making us suffer earlier. Is that why he has us all fighting here? To make us suffer? But then why would he steal Lapras?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I give her a summary of everything I figured out up to this point. Since Misuru's persona has searchability, I'm sure she's been able to gather much more information than I have. She seems to already know everything that I've discovered, so Misuru then fills me in on what she's learned. Excuse me. Aigis is safe, but neither of us has encountered her. All the high school students in the commercial seem to be persona users, and the general seems to be gathering persona users into this world. Unfortunately, neither of us knows what his intentions are. But more importantly, where's Lapras?
Did you find Lapras?
Aigis seems to have made contact with her.
Uh-oh.
She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered the TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what that could be about right now. This place is a school, but it's still just a copy of a school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Lapras. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Misuru casts down her eyes as if reliving the pain. A great portion of Ergo Research's data was lost because of the actions of a former researcher. He was the mastermind behind the events 3 years ago. Freaking dude. I know. All this must be mortifying for Misuru. That man is the reason why her family was taken from her. Freaking chairman.
If that was truly Lapras, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Aigis in terms of mimesis.
Sure, Aigis' sister unit would have a mind. Does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Lapras was stolen? The general seemed to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Lapras wants. He actually may in fact be Lapras.
It's possible that Lapras regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
I can't deny that possibility right now, but there is something else I do know.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
I love these two, man. They're great. I love them together. Misuru's always been like this. She imagines worst case scenarios that haven't even happened yet and buries herself coming up with contingency plans based on them. Even though she doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Sometimes we need that hard-headedness, but there's a time and place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, alright?
As Misuru says those words, her expression softens a bit. It seems that I've been able to reach her.
Ha! Of course not.
Misuru has grown as well. She's changed since the battle 3 years ago. Now that I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then. None of us have remained standing in the past. We've all changed. I part ways with Misuru and hurry on ahead. According to Misuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. The enemy is waiting for their encounter with us as well. Well, that's one which I won't mind granting at all. Oh what's that? Just as I reach the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctuates the atmosphere. Is someone on a rampage with their persona? No, that's not it. It's the sort of sound that a massive object creates upon impact. I hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There are no invisible walls that prevent me from making my way toward the sound, and I finally reach my destination.
The announcement room. Here we go.
All right. The monitors and PA system must have been controlled from this room. I grab the door handle, but it won't open. This is different from those invisible walls, however. It's just an ordinary door. Sorry there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. Bust that door open. I smash through the door and enter the room.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
It's GA! Everyone inside immediately wheels around to face me. There are 2 female students before me. One of them I recognize from the video, but the other one is an unfamiliar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks like a regular person, aside from all her mechanical parts. It's Labris. And General Teddy.
So it wasn't Labris after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's glaring at me, begins to charge. Or begins to charge. Wait. Oh wow, we might actually be able to get, I guess, a story done tonight too. Looking at the time, holy crap, that's great. I know you're looking forward to that, Rabbit.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labris.
It's the exact same picture except Kanji's not there. Why they even have Kanji getting knocked out? Like, what was the... They just wanted to make Kanji look stupid. Well, this is completely unexpected. I can't even come up with a reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of his illusions. No, if that were true, what I'm seeing would be a more direct assault on my inner thoughts. I started inventing and discarding possible reasons for what's happening. Eventually, I just cast aside all my theories. I take a deep breath and calm myself. What is my objective? I was summoned to retrieve Labris and to prevent any danger from spreading. It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, or 21 of her. My initial objectives are unaffected, and I will give everything I had to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
Yeah. I taunt both of them as they maliciously stare daggers at me. To be continued. Alright, cool. Yeah, wow, we have like a lot. This is awesome. We have a lot of time to get that done. That's incredible. Okay. Cool. So yeah, so we'll do Aigis' story. But what I want to do, I still want to keep them separate because I learned my lesson after trying to do Chie's story also. But yeah, excuse me. So I do want to still keep this stuff separate. But what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to go offline for a second so I can like reset everything and so I can like use the bathroom and stuff. So you can go ahead and get your drinks and food or whatever. But so I can replay the intro and everything just so that way it looks nice when we put it on YouTube. But yeah, so this has been fun. But yeah, so everyone who's going to be sticking around, we have so much time left. This is incredible. But yeah, mostly because it's Saturday, so we get to go later. But anyway, yeah, so for everyone who's going to be sticking around for Aigis' story, just stay put. I'll be right. I'm going to go offline for a second, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll start Aigis' story. For everybody else, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys very much. But like I said, so Everyone's sticking around. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a second. For everyone else, don't forget to eat, and thanks for watching. Later.